Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. I am sure majority of you have been following the Carmela Anthony's and the Austin's journey since the bad incident happened. And I am going to say that whatever that happened to Austin was very bad because this is what happened when people push you to the wall and you do not have any other descendant to defend yourself. Kamala Anthony had it's a victim of bullying. He's been bullied severally. And one thing I am going to tell everybody here is that you see bullying is something that I do not condone on my channel and that it is not okay to bully somebody. And the father of Austin is coming out to ask who raised Carmela Anthony. The same way we are asking who raised Austin because you bullied somebody to the extent that he decided to defend himself. Now he is the bad person because when it comes to black people are not supposed to defend themselves. Black people are not supposed to stand up for themselves. Black people are just supposed to know just what you do, whatever you want to do. And you all think it's okay. There is nothing okay about it. Teach your children not to lay hands on people's child. It is not okay to bully people. Bullying is more like atrocity. It is not okay. And I am not going to support anything or anyone that do that. So I am saying that I am standing with Carmela Anthony. Let's get into this video.
So let's talk about this Carmelo Anthony thing. So you saw that the DEI judge reduced his bail to $250,000. 10% of that's 25 grand. He's home. No worries, right? Let's talk. If you're arguing either side, let's talk about some legal aspects of the case, right? Texas law 9.31 section 2 says you can't provoke. He said, touch me and see what happens. Touch me and you'll see what happens. What part of that is not provoking? Number two, he's a minor, under 17 years old, and he has this weapon. That's against the law right there, right? Number three, the knife is over 5.5 inches long. That's another offense right there, right? Number four, Texas Penal 46.03 says that you can't have that at a school function, right? Oh, it wasn't on school grounds. No, but it was at the stadium and that was a school function. Hence, it was illegal, right? Number 5, right? He was prior suspended for having that knife. He had already been suspended for having the knife. And everybody says he left and then he came back. And you can see it in the police report. There's several eyewitnesses saying, I know him from fighting, and they heard it and the whole thing. And supposedly he left and then came back. So what part of that, I mean, it's premeditated at that point if he came back to do the stabbing, right? And there's so many people out there. Oh, it was self-defense. It was self-defense at a high school track meet. The guy asked him to move the tent, and that warrants stabbing somebody with a 5.5 inch, larger than 5.5 inch knife in the chest. I mean, come on, you're really reaching there, right? The law, if it's anything, it's practical. That's not practical. Equal force, right? Come on.
All rise. Court is now in session. I want to talk about the Carmelo Anthony Austin Metcalf situation, but I want to approach it from the place of how white people and mainstream media will consistently paint white aggressors as the victims. Now, I'm very blunt in what I say, and in this particular instance, I don't want my bluntness to be taken as callousness. Now, the fact that Austin Metcalf is 17 and he lost his life, that is a tragic situation all around. I don't care what race you are. To be that young and to lose your life is a tragic situation. Now, what that tragedy, the fact that that tragedy will never negate is that Austin Metcalf's death was 100% preventable by Austin Metcalf. Austin Metcalf is a victim of violence that he initiated and he couldn't finish. That's the reality of the situation. Had Austin Metcalf minded his business, he would still be alive and his parents would not be grieving the loss of their son. Now, again, I know that's very blunt, but there's a reason for that. Now, racism, aggression, and victimhood is woven into the fabric that is white American DNA. So much so that white people have to actively work to not be those things. However, the problem is that most white people, or enough white people, aren't doing the work to rid themselves of racism, aggression, and victimhood. They would prefer to just rest on the laurels of it. Everything that white people have amassed in this country has been through the violence and intimidation of black people, further proving that white people are naturally violent and are actually the natural aggressors. And I'm not saying that Austin Metcalf was not a good kid, just like I'm not saying Carmelo Anthony was not a good kid. But my issue is that if you're going to paint Austin Metcalf as the all-American boy, my question is, well, where was his all-American manners? Where was his all-American humanity? In the sense that he could not allow a young black man. He was there in an official capacity. He didn't just come up off the street. He was at the event in an official capacity, just as Austin Metcalf was. So where was his humanity in that moment that he could not allow Carmelo Anthony to sit under a tent that belonged to the school that Austin attended? It wasn't his personal tent. So he had no right to tell Carmelo Anthony to leave. He had no right to put his hands on him in the process. When a white juvenile commits a crime, regardless of the severity, there's the automatic mental health component. We have to figure out what was going on with his mental health, because he just couldn't. There's no way that a white person could commit a crime strictly of pure evil. Slavery and Jim Crow alone is evidence to the fucking contrary, but okay. But the moment a black juvenile commits a crime, it's automatically they are to be charged and tried as an adult regardless. It is your racism that allows you to think that even till this day in 2025, that you as a white person, whether you're a white adult or a white teenager, can interrogate random black people, asking questions you have no fucking right to ask. And because you're white, you still wholeheartedly expect a fucking response to those questions. It is your racism that allows you to believe that you can openly disrespect black people. And because we're black and because you're white, we just have to sit there and take it. It is your aggression that allows you to believe in this day, 2025, that you can physically put your hands on black people. And again, because we're black and because you're white, we don't have a right to defend ourselves. And when that aggression is returned in kind, or it ends up in a way that you are not the victor that you anticipated on being, then we go to the victimhood. Because then you have to change the scenario to fit you being the victim and not the aggressor that you actually are. As white parents, you do a disservice to your children when you don't teach them the importance of minding their fucking business. You do a disservice to your children when you don't teach them the importance of knowing when and where to simply shut the fuck up. You do a disservice to your children when you don't teach them that fucking around can result in the ultimate find out, the outcome of which is that they won't be alive to see it. You do a disservice to your children when you teach them that their complexion is their automatic protection, because it's not. You do a disservice to your children when you teach them that whenever their actions are met with consequences, they are to lie and play the victim. Little Karens and Kens grow up to be big Karens and Kens. White women just didn't wake up one day being entitled, insufferable bitches. They've been entitled, insufferable bitches since childhood, because their parents allowed them to be that. Just like little boys grow up to be insecure and entitled white men that have an inferiority complex when it comes to black people, specifically black men. But the reason why you can't impart this level of wisdom onto your children is because you as white adults don't know when to shut the fuck up. You as white adults don't know when to mind your fucking business, especially you fucking Karens. You as parents or white people walk around thinking your complexion is your fucking protection. The behavior is learned. Bottom line. Yes, the racism, the aggression, and the victimhood, it's in your DNA. But again, you don't actively work to rid yourself of it. You just want to continue to be racist, to be aggressors, and to be fucking victims. The way to be successful in a fight is to know your opponent and know your limitations. Because a tough motherfucker knows that it's always somebody tougher. And should you encounter that person, you act fucking accordingly. In other words, assess the situation so that you don't end up on the receiving end of an unnecessary ass whipping or worse, an unnecessary death. Court is adjourned.
So Jeffrey Metcalf, the father of the twins, Austin and Hunter Metcalf, Austin, of course, being the victim who unfortunately lost his life at the Frisco track meet at the hands of Carmelo Anthony. We know this. He asked a very powerful question, and that powerful question that he asked was, what kind of family did Carmelo come from? And what kind of family would raise a young man like Carmelo Anthony? And why is the question about the parents so important, right? Because we know that the parents are the ones who are raising the children, and the parents' character, their morals, and their value system, it's important to know what it is, because then we probably can understand more why the child reacts and does the things that they do.
I'm not trying to judge, but what kind of parents did this child have? What was he taught? He brought a knife to a track meet, and he murdered my son by stabbing him in the heart. The guy was in the wrong place. They asked him to move, and he bowed up. This is murder.
So I don't think it was wrong that he asked that question, but my question would be, since Jeffrey Metcalf was arrested back in 2011 for sexual assault, in 2011, his sons would have already been born because they're 17. So that means they would have had to been born around 2007 or so, right? And we know that he's not married or together with the twins' mother. They're separated because they have several different GoFundMes, one for him, one for the wife, and they might even have one for Hunter, but who knows? But I would want to know what kind of family would raise a young man who would try to push, physically remove someone from underneath a tent who just wants to stay dry because it's raining cats and dogs. Because I think anybody who is a devout, born-again Christian, their morals and their value systems would say, hey, get up under this tent and stay dry. So just as important as it is for Jeffrey Metcalf to ask who raised Carmelo Anthony, I would want to know who raised Austin Metcalf to be the bully young man that he was on that fateful day down in Frisco, Texas.
You know, almost on a daily basis, I lose more and more hope in certain people. I do. I lose more and more motherfucking hope in certain people. Like, I'm looking at this shit. I'm watching what the fuck is going on. And all I see is grandstanding. I don't grandstand. I don't need to. But some of y'all do. Some of y'all lives have more holes than Swiss fucking cheese, and you got the goddamn nerve to tell somebody else about the hole in their shoe. Grandstanding. Fighting for something that, had you set your stupid ass down and listened, you would know what the fuck you're fighting for. Grandstanding. And the fucked up thing about your grandstanding is it's never enough when you get what you want. You got to have more. You got to be more and more in the fucking spotlight. You got to fucking throw your bullshit on other motherfucking people. Grandstanding. Because you going to show people that you are one of the good ones. Motherfuck you. I don't trust you. Sorry. Sorry. I come from my cynicism honestly. I had cynical fucking parents. They wasn't fucking with some of y'all either. They wasn't. My father would outshine you, and my mother didn't fucking trust you. Here you come with all that bullshit, and they go, watch him. That bitch gonna get you in trouble. Watch him. The older I get, the more I realize some of you motherfuckers ain't shit. Like, I'm being dead ass honest to your soul. You ain't shit. You put out a veneer of what you think you are. But the actuality smacks you in the motherfucking face every morning. Because that mirror don't lie. This camera will. Your comment section will gas your dumb ass up. But the mirror don't fucking lie. The mirror knows your sins because you carry them. And you have the audacity to try to stand in judgment of people. You see, you know when I can stand in judgment of motherfuckers? When I know I'm right. When I know for a fact I am fucking right, I can stand in judgment of any goddamn body I want. And see, the beauty of that is when I look in the mirror, I know what my sins already are. I already know. I own them bitches. Hardcore own them bitches. Makes me know, never mind. I ain't talking from some perch. Bitch, I'm in the mud. I got fucking dirt on my hands. I am balls deep in the mud, and I'm still telling you, you ain't shit. Because you grandstand rather than listen. And when you find out that your grandstanding meant absolutely fucking nothing, why are you coming back talking about unity? Solidarity? We need to stick together and fix. Fuck you. Fuck you. Shit's on fire now, bitch. Don't come at me with a fire extinguisher when your ass had a pocket full of matches and a goddamn gasoline can strapped to your back. Fuck you. You set fire to the rain. Now fucking dance in it. Because you grandstand rather than fucking listen. Some of y'all are walking around here cutting your goddamn self and bleeding on people that ain't had nothing to do with the fact that you cut yourself. I don't trust some of y'all. Fuck it. I'ma say it. I don't trust some of y'all. I don't. There is a fight. There is absolutely a fight against fascism. There is absolutely 100% a fight against this bullshit. But do you know one thing I will never do? Stand next to your motherfucking ass. I don't trust you. Because you quick to want to get that fucking spotlight. I'm trying to get that bitch off me. You over here in the light, yeah. I can't trust you. Because I'll be goddamned if you gonna grandstand when my motherfucking family's well-being and future is on the line. I'll be goddamned if you gonna grandstand and I'm out here trying to make sure that my family and the family across the street and the Latino family and the black family and the gay family and the Jewish family and the Muslim family are doing fine while your dumb ass is out here trying to dance in this goddamn spotlight like this is the stage. Bitch, this ain't a musical. This ain't. This real life. You're gonna have to get your knuckles bruised. You're gonna get punched in the fucking face. And you're going to be dimmed by people that know fucking better. That by people that have fought this fucking fight longer than you have. You new to this. They true to this. And that's why I will never stand with some of you motherfuckers. Ever. Ever. Some of y'all walking around here with some false ass faces. Trying to pretend like you are better than everyone. And your sins are so fucking enormous that if they were physical, you wouldn't be able to walk. You'd be stuck in the same place. And some of y'all showed y'all ass. It's gonna get bad. Do not get me wrong. It's gonna get bad. It's gonna get real bad. And people that look like me are hunkered the fuck down. We gonna survive this shit. We gonna survive it. But some of y'all, after this is over with, after this blows the fuck over, and the grass starts to grow and the flowers start to show up, You can keep your manure over there. Keep it over there. Keep it right the fuck wherever you had that manure. Keep it over there. Because quite frankly, I don't fucking trust you. And I'm gonna make goddamn sure every time you in a space or a place saying some shit, I'm gonna fucking mention it. Oh, remember when that person fucked us over? You can get mad at me. You want that spotlight? Fine. I'm gonna turn the bitch up to 1,000,000. I'm gonna see whether or not you gonna shine or burn. That's my motherfucking position from now the fuck on.
All right, guys, quick update on the Carmelo Anthony case out of Frisco, Texas, Collin County. I just got off of a live video with Tiffany Billions, and she is a second-year law student and also a part of the media. She was able to get access into the courtroom yesterday, and this is basically what she said. The DA presented, I guess on their case on trying to keep him incarcerated, just a police report that everybody has read, but actually no new evidence. 35 cell phones were taken and 70 people have been questioned as well, but they didn't present any of that to, I guess, to fight to keep Carmelo actually, jailed for the duration of the case. So they didn't present anything. So what the theory possibly could be is that Austin and possibly anybody else, if anybody else was involved, is not showing them in a positive light. Because if you're trying to prove to the judge that this is a hardened criminal and he's done this violent act, why not show them something? And even if it came down to a point where somebody said, well, they don't want any evidence coming out before trial, let's clear the whole courtroom out, have no reporters in there, and just the lawyers and Carmelo, and then let's look at it and on why he should stay. But see, something on those tapes are not right. We also do know that the the field, it has cameras from every angle, stands and everything. So they actually seen from start to finish on what happened, but they didn't provide any of that. They've had 2 weeks. So something to me is not right, and it possibly is not showing Austin in a good light. But guys, stay tuned. I will be going live tomorrow from 12 Central Standard Time until 1. Anyway, guys, tune in.
So Carmelo Anthony has been released from jail. So now we can look at the stipulations of his bond release. Now, Dallas 4 News was able to capture the moment where Carmelo Anthony was being released from jail. And he's being seen here being accompanied by his attorneys. And for the first part of this video, there's no audio. So I'm just going to explain to you what they're saying. So one of the reporters is asking him, what is your self-defense? Like, what is your self-defense in this entire case? Now, Carmelo Anthony doesn't say anything for obvious reasons. Like, why would I say that out loud? And he just proceeds to walk into his car and heads home to his family. Now, after he had made it home, Minister Dominique Alexander took to social media and he had posted this about Carmelo. He said Carmelo is safe at home, and the moment is a reminder that a community united can never be divided. Amen. He goes on to say that the journey ahead is long, but today we celebrate a victory for justice, for family, and for the power of people coming together to protect our youth. And he absolutely meant it, because Carmelo Anthony had his campaign on GoFundMe mass reported, so they ended up starting a GoFundMe on Give, Send, Go, which helped them raise about $431,000. And a good portion of that money was used to release him from jail. When Carmelo had initially been arrested, he was at $1 million bond, and after Carmelo's attorneys had argued properly, the judge went ahead and released it down to $250,000. But that also came with bond restrictions and stipulations. So it says that the 17-year-old was fitted with an ankle monitor, so he does have to wear an ankle monitor, and he will be on house arrest as he awaits trial. That means he can only leave his house with prior approval from the court, so like dental visits, what's it called, tutoring, because he's still in.
This is all I got from this video. I've been following this story of Carmelo Anthony and Austin, right? Like the first lady said, that it's unfortunate that everything that happened, like the young white man passed on from the event, right? But one thing I am going to tell these people to do is to teach their kids how not to put their hands, or how not to bully people, to the extent that somebody is already like, you keep bullying me, and I have no other choice than to defend myself. Right? Now, the other man was like, that DEI lawyer. Did I hear you say DEI for doing the right thing? So what were you people expecting? They expected Carmelo Anthony to probably rot in jail for defending himself, because it is a crime for people that look like me to defend themselves. Yeah, we are not supposed to talk back. We are not supposed to do anything. You are supposed to see it and let them do whatever they want to do. I tried posting the main video here, but YouTube did not let me post the video. I posted on Naya Sim. But right now that the story is like still up and going, let me also bring it back here so you all will know. The father, so the man that passed, is asking who raised, and I am going to ask you, who also raised the twins? Who raised them? Because when you raise your child well, they do not bully. I keep telling you people, bullying somebody is not okay. You do not bully. It's a sin that your children woke up and all they want to do is to bully somebody to the extent that the person want to defend himself. You all think it's a flex. It is not a flex. That we all have to continue defending ourselves. And then when something happens while you're trying to defend yourself, you are the bad person. You are the one in trouble. You are the one that it's unfair. It's unfair for people that look like me. It's unfair that we do not get equal treatment. It's unfair that most times the judiciary system is in two. But I am happy that Black people really, thank you so much for standing tall, because I saw all of you posting, talking about it, standing on business, people donating. Even was GoFundMe removed the video, the GoFundMe that they set up for the young man, and still you all found a way to assist. Being a Black child or being a Black man or being a Black woman means you are not supposed to speak. You are not supposed to do anything. But you people are out there terrorizing people day in, day in and night. And when I start asking you people, what happened to some certain people that look like me, that to this very moment that we are not able to get justice for them, you all are going to tell me to shut the fuck up. This is what you people will tell me. But a lot has happened to people that, Sonia Masi, what happened? Where is the man? Rashidi Kada, where is he? And the rest of them, the ones that I can't even remember their names. A Black child cannot defend himself because he is dealing with Jesus. Tell me how the twins continuously, they kept bullying the young man till he said, I don't want to be bullied anymore. I want to let you all know that bullying is not okay. There is nothing good about bullying. There is not. See, don't say because it's one of those things that happen in school. It is not one of those things that happen in school. Some people already got through the trauma and they think it's okay. It is not okay to wake up and want to bully somebody for no reason. It is not okay. I don't care the color. I don't care who you are. But bullying, it's not okay. You are going to bully somebody and then end up pushing the person to a state where you may not like it. And then when something happens, the person that tried defending himself is the bad person. We all can do better as human beings. See, this is not a matter of your color or something. This got to do with your person, your humanity first. Why do I want to wake up and start bullying somebody for no reason? Why do I have to even bully you at all? It's either I report you and we settle it out, or we talk it out. But you see that moment you want to like tell somebody that probably you are privileged and you want to like put him or her in his or her place and all that. That is where the problem starts. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.